Today, I'm gonna be turning one piece of firewood into profit. Let me show you how. So this is an idea that I've had for a couple years now. Can I take a piece of firewood and actually turn it into a product that I feel comfortable shipping out to a customer, something that I'm proud of, something that I feel like I could actually put my name behind? So today we're gonna be figuring that out. John and I actually had a different video planned today, but I saw the pile of firewood in the backyard and I was like, I've got it. We got a sale on Etsy. So today we are going to be making one of those orders with firewood. But firewood is just wood, right? I mean, this has been in the backyard. It's super dry. Probably been drying for like 2 years. So today we're gonna figure it out. Let's go. So obviously the first thing we gotta do is joint and plane this down to a working piece of wood. So I'm just taking super small passes here. It's not taking off much as I go through each time. Who knows? This might take way longer than if I were to just buy a regular piece of maple. And really at this point, I actually don't know that it's maple. I'm pretty sure it's maple, but I don't really know yet. So I guess today we're kind of gonna be figuring out, like, obviously the wood is free, or it was $5 for a big bundle. So the wood's free, but does that mean it's the best use of time and money? I don't really know yet. We're gonna find out. But I like free, and I have a free day today. I'm not really doing anything else today, so maybe my time doesn't matter in this video. I mean, I know a lot of people always comment like, what about your time? Your time is worth money. My time is not worth anything at all. My time, I might actually have the negative effect of time. I probably should pay people for my time. Like, people are like, my time's worth 40 bucks an hour. My time's worth negative amount. The amount of woodworking YouTube I watch, just like mindlessly, I think my time is worth the negative amount. So after I jointed two faces, creating a right angle on the joiner, then I took the piece over to the table saw and I cut those opposite sides on the table saw. I was able to get this mostly flat, but you can see that on both of these cuts, the table saw blade does not go high enough to get all the way through the piece of wood. That's no problem, because that's why we have hand saws. Now I'm putting the hand saw right into that cut that the table saw started, and I'm finishing it off with the hand saw. This is horrible. This is not worth it. Just go buy some maple. Now we're going over to the planer to flatten out those two other sides and get our final working piece. All right, after all of that work, here it is. It is 13 3/4 inches long, 3 1/4 inch thick, and 2 7/8 inches wide. Took us probably 35-40 minutes to get this down to this size. So is it worth it so far? No, not at all, but we're gonna see it through. Now we need to take this over to the table saw and get some pieces cut out to actually build what we're making, which you don't know yet, but leave your guesses in the comments. So all the strips of wood we need for this build are about 3/8 inches thick. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run this through the table saw as many times as I can, getting 3/8 inch strips cut out, and then we can cut those down to their final working size. With this, I'm going to guess we will be able to get 7 of them. All right, we got 6 of them cut out. I thought it'd be 7 out of 6, but we did get this really thin piece. This is what I would call a bookmark. A little too wide. Oh wow, I thought that'd be easier to break. All right, now it's a bookmark. Let's get these cut up to their correct sizes. Now, since these are all 3 inches wide, we're gonna go ahead and rip them all in half of the table saw. So it's gonna be barely below 1.5 inches wide for all of these. All right, so we chose the 6 best ones here. These ones, they either have like some live edge or they've got too many cracks in them. We still should be able to use these for some of the smaller parts, but some of them we might just have to chuck. I mean, there's too much cracking going on in a few of these. Now we need to take these 6 over to the miter saw, cut them down to 9.5 inches long. All right, put these aside for now. We'll do some work on those later. Now, we need to take some of these other ones and find some good parts, like this isn't too bad here, avoid that crack. And we're gonna take this over to the miter saw and we're gonna cut a 31.6 degree angle here and a 31.6 degree angle here, creating a parallelogram. So we're cutting 4 of those out at 5 inches, and that's 5 inches from the acute angle to the obtuse angle. Go ahead and make 4 of those. Now I'm gonna take the last 3 here and I'm gonna cut them all down to 10 inches long. Now this part, I really only need to use 1 of these, but since there's so many cracks in these, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna cut them all down, and then we'll make the cuts with all of these and we'll pick the 2 best ones. Now we're gonna rip these in half on the table saw. Since they're a little bit under 1.5 inches wide, they're gonna be a little bit more under 3/4 inches wide. Right, that makes sense, right? Don't do what we do. Also, I know we don't have a riving knife on the table saw, and I know we need to put it back. I just haven't yet. We tried to put it in one day, and it just wasn't budging. I don't know what happened. But we see the comments, and we know. Yeah, we gotcha. You're right. We had 6 of them. We picked the best 2. Now, this is all the wood we have. Again, sorry, we didn't need this 6th one. 5 of these at 9 inches by almost 1.5 inches wide by 3/8 inches thick. 4 of them at almost 1.5 inches wide, 3/8 inches thick, and 5 inches from tip to tip. And then we've got 2 of them that are almost 3/4 inches wide. This was like 5/8, by the way. It was 5/8. So there you go. 5/8 inches wide, 3/8 inches thick, 10 inches long. Now we're gonna go ahead and put a 1/4 inch round over on all of them. It is the next day. Yesterday, that took a lot longer than we thought, so is this worth it? We don't know yet. What you're gonna do now is take 3 of your 9.5 inch pieces, and you're gonna do a little glue up. Now I've got these little tiny cauls that I made from scraps from those offcuts. I just put packing tape on one side, then I clamped around that glue up with those 2 cauls, masking tape down, masking tape down. That way the glue won't adhere to it. Now I'm gonna go a little crazy with the clamps. We got 3 clamps, not going crazy with the pressure though. We've got 7 clamps for this tiny little thing. This is the cutest glue up of all time. All right, now we're gonna take 2 of those angled pieces, another one of the 9.5 inch pieces, and then one of our skinny little ones there. What we're gonna do is we're going to clamp this 9.5 inch piece to our workspace. We're gonna clamp that down. You don't have to use that, but you just need a straight edge. And then we're gonna take our 2 legs, put them like this, and then we're gonna take 1 more of our 1.5 inch pieces, and we're gonna butt it up against this straight edge right here. So it's perfectly in line with the bottom of our legs there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of glue right here. Don't have to go crazy with it. And then we're gonna take our long, thin piece. We're gonna put it right there. Should be about 2 inches from that point there across on each side. Now, you can either go ahead and put a weight on this for clamping pressure, or you can grab a brad nailer with 3/4 inch brad nails and just pop those in. There we have it. If you haven't figured out what we're making yet, we're making a squirrel picnic table. Go ahead and do that again with your other set of legs and support bars. And like I said, we've done this before on the channel. It was a long time ago. Some of you might remember, some of you might not. But this is an actual order that I've received, and we're making it out of firewood. So that's pretty cool. Next step. Next step, we're gonna take 4 little clamps, our 2 legs, and our last 2 9.5 inch pieces. And you should also have a scrap piece that's about the same thickness as these, which we do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that scrap piece down on the table, and then we're gonna put the legs facing down on there. And then we're just gonna put these right here, put a little bit of glue, clamp them up. Now, very simple. You're gonna put this aside. Grab your other piece, same exact thing. And this is where it gets a little bit easier because you've got the whole thing here. So I'm just gonna hold one, bring it to the edge right there. Clamp it down, and then move over to this side. And go ahead and clamp it down. And now, you've got the base of your picnic table gluing up. We're gonna let this dry for at least an hour. before we go ahead and we put that top on. You can let it dry for longer if you want. There we've got it at the top. We're just gonna leave this clamped for now, just so it can dry a little bit longer. You don't have to, but might as well. Some glue on the end grain of those legs. And then what I like to do is hold the bottom here kind of in the middle and center this piece up. And now to clamp this, I'll usually just put a weight on it because it's an awkward clamp up. So let's grab a weight. Let that dry up for a while. We'll come back, sand it, get it in the box, ship it out. There it is, guys. Sanded and ready to be shipped. This is it. I am super happy with the way it came out. I mean, that looks amazing. That wood looks great. There's some minor imperfections in the wood, but for the most part, this thing is great and something that I'm definitely fine with shipping. It's crazy that you can go from a piece of firewood to a legit, nice maple project. I mean, maybe it's not that crazy. I mean, it is just wood, you know, at the end of the day. Wood comes from trees. So it's probably not that crazy, but an actual project that we are actually shipping out today that we made from a piece of firewood. All right, we got a box. It's way bigger than the table. Note to self, buy boxes because we just got another order for these as well. Also, I should put some bubble wrap in this, so we're not gonna close it up yet. So at the end of the day, is it worth it to make it out of firewood? I mean, it's cool, it's fun, it's relaxing, it wasn't that bad of a process to do. Probably took us 30 to 40 minutes just to get the wood into working order, so you might just be better off going and buying some wood, especially if you're trying to batch these things out, make a lot of stuff. But I also think it could be a cool selling point to tell people, hey, I made this from firewood. I don't know, could be cool. So, is it worth it? Meh. We'll see you in the next one. Guys, if you like that video, check out this one. It needs to get 4,000 views for us to get paid, so please watch it. Or that one.